Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started here. Again, thanks for joining us this morning. We just want to take a little bit of time to go over the customer service portal for our new system, the Key. So this is actually the first time that we are giving the insured the option to create a user ID, a login to access their policies and do some self-service on their policies with us. In the past, in the old system, they could go online and make payments, but they didn't really have access to any of their policy information, coverage information. They couldn't print documents, couldn't really see any information on claims. It was just really simply a one-for-one, give us your policy number and you can make a payment. Okay, so now we have some expanded functionality that is rolling out with our new system. Again, where the insured can create a login, create a user ID, and do some self-service on their policies. So I'm just going to give you guys a brief walkthrough on registering for the service portal, as well as showing you some of the functionality and some of the options for things that the insureds can do. All right, so I'm here at the home screen. This is a test environment, so I'm just going to tell you guys right up front, if there's any weirdness or quirkiness, we're going to apologize in advance for that because this is test, but for the most part, this should go pretty smoothly. So the website for the service portal is mykey.contributionship.com. So if an insured has a policy in the Key, they can go ahead and create this, this login. If, however, the policy is still in TPC Connect in our older system and has not moved over, then they wouldn't be able to access those accounts through this system just yet until those policies move into the Key. All right, so we're going to go ahead and register here. So nice link. Right up front, it asks you for a policy number. In this case, when we're setting up this account, this login, we're actually setting it up for the customer, okay? So if there's multiple policies associated with this customer, they'd be able to see all of them when they logged in here. So any of their policy numbers is actually going to work. All right, just going to hit submit. So now we have some options. If we have a mobile number on file, the insured can opt to have a PIN text to them as a temporary password for setting up. If we don't have the mobile number, or if for some reason the mobile number is incorrect or dated or outdated, then they can answer some questions. All right, and basically they need to respond correctly to 3 out of about 6 different options. Okay, so I'm just going to move through here and input the information for the policy number that I referenced. All of this information, or a majority of it, enough to set up the account, should be available on an invoice. So the policy number, premium amount, customer number are all things that the insured should have handy. So I'm going to go ahead and submit the answers, and now it's going to allow me to create a user ID and a password. All right, so we're going to agree to terms of service. Hit finish. And now this is what their account setup looks like. In the upper right-hand corner, we'll have your agency information in case the insured needs to reach out to you. Down the middle of the page, a listing of the policies that are associated with the customer account. A brief summary of coverages. And if there's any claims activity, then that's going to display at the center of the page. So very similar to the Key for you guys on the agency side, and even us here at the company internally, there's kind of a few different ways to navigate to the same place or to accomplish a particular task. So I'll show you guys 1 or 2 ways of doing something, and the insured may find a third. But we're just trying to give you a general idea of what they can and can't do here. So I'll touch on the menu here for a second. We are on the home screen now where we have the account summary, kind of like a billing summary and coverages, what have you. Account settings does give the insured some update options. So let's just touch on that briefly. If the insured is on an automated recurring pay plan, then they can update the payment information for their accounts here. We actually don't allow them to submit a change on the address this way. So you see these fields are grayed out, but I'll show you guys an alternative for that. They can update an email address, phone number, or preferred way to contact, as well as their password, all here under the account settings. So again, that's just really going to give them, the ability to update some of their contact information or change their payment plan info. Log out is pretty self-explanatory. Need help is really just going to give them some contact numbers if they have questions about a particular area. So if they have billing questions, we refer them to call us. Claims questions, we're referring them to our claims department, and any changes to your agency. Make a payment. Again, it's pretty straightforward here. I'll show you guys some little more information. So notice under each of the individual policy accounts, you get the billing information for that particular account. So here we do see that currently due the amount is 0, but there's also a balance on this particular policy. So this just means that the insurance current. They haven't sent a bill yet. They can see, we haven't sent a bill yet, rather. They can see their future payment due date, or the due date for their next installment, and that just goes down and continues, for each of the policies listed. Now, for this example that I'm showing you guys, this policy is, or these policies rather, are set up to bill individually. That's why we see them kind of like broken out individually. If this were a statement account, they would be tied together, and there would be just like the listing of policies with one make payment button, as well as an option to update the payment information. So that's make a payment, pretty straightforward. Report claim. The insured can, start a loss notice that will fire a task to the company, to our claims department, and we take it from there. Obviously, they can also check on that claim status and see if any payments have been made once the claim is put in. So I'll move through this pretty quickly just to kind of show you guys how it works. The date of the incident, time of the incident, the location. This is listing out the addresses of each of the insured properties. And they get a brief, field to describe what happened. All right, put in some contact information. All right, the insured can even add pictures of the damage right through this interface. So all right, got a little summary of what's happened here. Go ahead and hit complete, and now we have a loss notice number for reference. Down here, under my claims on the home screen, you can see details of the claim. So if we just click in here, just the general information that was put into the loss notice is available, as well as if there were any payments. You'd be able to see that. Same type of situation here. We can get a general description of the claim, see if there was any money paid. And again, we're getting there just from the home page. The bottom tile, you get my claims information where you can kind of get detail. view my coverage. Again, this is just kind of zooming into that tile that was on the home page. So what we see is just a very general outline of coverages, right? You're seeing the limits of liability, but not necessarily any bells and whistles that might be attached to the policy. You can also see if there's a deductible associated with the coverage by just clicking on this property tab. So that just gives you a general snapshot, really. They can also get to deck pages if they wanted a more comprehensive view of the policy, and I'll show you guys that in just a second. Actually, let's skip to that now. We'll touch on it before we go back to just change requests. So, view my documents. This actually is giving the insured access or view into the policy file, which you guys, I'm sure, are all familiar with. That's where you're attaching, requested documentation for us, alarm certificates, auto docs. So they get almost the same access to documents as what you guys at the agency have. So here, if we go into this policy to show documents, you can see the new business package and the endorsement packages associated with the policy. So if the insured needs a deck page for refinancing or just for their own information, they can come online and go ahead and print it themselves. All right, this is the test environment, so this is the quirkiness I was talking about. Some of these printed documents aren't real, so I apologize for that. But basically, they see the same endorsement package that you could see as an agent. So that's going to give them the limits of liability, deductibles, and any other coverages attached to the policy. So view my documents is definitely helpful. All right, so check status of a claim. We kind of already touched on that as we went through reported claim. It's really the same thing. It's kind of just to zoom into that claims tile that lives at the bottom of the home screen. So let's just move to change my coverage. All right. So basically, what this is a format where the insured can send the agent a request for a change, actually initiating any changes on the policy. There's no coverage bound as a result of this. It's really just going to send a notification to you guys at the agency that the insured is looking to have something done. An example is change the deductible. We're not actually going to let the insured change the deductible. They won't get a quote for the rate, but they can let the agent know that they're interested in getting some deductible options. So they'll just have to put in a little description here. Maybe they can spell better than I can. Higher deductible. Brief description. Present them with a few deductible options. And just hit next. Get a summary of the change. Finish. And here, we're just letting them know that coverage is not bound, and to follow up with you guys at the agency if they have any questions, because you are the ones who are actually going to receive the alert that the insured has asked for something through the service portal. Okay, so just take a look at this drop down. The process is pretty much the same for each of these items. This drop down is actually just kind of what gets populated in the description of what you guys at the agency are receiving. So just going to point that out. I don't think we need to move through every single one of these unless you guys want me to. I can definitely spend some time doing that. But basically, the way that this is going to look on your end at the agency is in your inbox, in the key, you'll have a task notifying you that the insured requested this change. So I'm going to show you guys this in just a second, but just so you're aware that they are coming to your inbox. You guys are going to want to make sure you have your subscription set up appropriately at the agency side. In addition to submitting the change request, the insurers can also see the status of a change request. So down here again, outstanding change request, they can see that on 10/12 they requested the change of the deductible, and they can see whether or not you guys at the agency have processed it. So just another little tidbit that'll give them some insight into what's going on or where things are, what's been done. Okay. So that's really it. In summary, the insured can make a payment. They can change their automatic recurring payment options. So that means going from, credit card to ACH, or going from, or vice versa, changing the credit card information, updating the ACH information. The left side navigation just kind of helps you zoom into tiles that are already pretty much laid out here for you, with the exceptions of change my coverage. So, this is pretty much just what I wanted to show you guys, to give you a feel for what the insureds have access to, what they can do. If there are any questions at this point, I'd be happy to take them or show you guys some additional functionality. I'll give you a few minutes to key in any questions you may have. While you guys are doing that, I'll just show you briefly, if I can, the way that these tasks will look to you. So this is the customer account that we were actually reviewing in the service portal. So basically, when a change request comes in, forgive this inbox, again, it's a test environment. When a change request comes in, it'll come in, this one, it looks like the deductible is coming in as miscellaneous, but this is the task that we generated from the service portal. So we just kind of go in here, we work it, and here we see the information that the insured keyed in, what it is that they requested, and I can go ahead and start the transaction to get that revised premium amount, or give the insured a call and see if maybe there's some other ways that we can save them some money. So pretty straightforward. Again, you guys are going to want to make sure you have subscriptions set up in case insureds are requesting changes through their service portal, because it will come to your inbox. So if you want to see that in your email, you'll want to set up My Subscription. If you're unfamiliar with My Subscriptions or how to set it up, there is a video that can walk you through it under Support, Document Library. Help gives you the videos and how to set up My Subscriptions. This will allow you to have whatever comes to your inbox forwarded directly to your email. All right, let's see if we have any questions. We've got questions. Okay, Jennifer, when a client makes a payment and the policy is in cancel status, will we get notified if it is not accepted or accepted? Yes, you should get some notification, Jennifer. Actually, it should come in the form of a rescission notice. So whenever a policy is pending cancellation and a payment is received, we remove the pending cancellation and generate a notice that says, hey, we got a payment from you. Thank you for making your payment. As long as your payment is honored by the bank, the policy is going to remain in force. So right away, we kind of send out something that says, it looks like everything's going to be okay, and we remove the cancel. But if for some reason that payment is returned non-sufficient, that policy will immediately go into cancel again. So the notification isn't really, oh, hey, the payment failed. You're going to get that cancellation notice, and then you'll be able to see that the payment wasn't honored by the bank if you go into the policy and look at the billing. Okay? So I hope that answers your question. If there's more to it, then let me know, or if I can, if I need to be clearer. All right, let's see. We've got another question. Rachel, if the client goes into the key and changes their contact info, name, number, email, do those changes download to our agency? All right, so for that first part, the answer is yes. but they can't change their name. They won't be able to change their name on like a policy, right? So they might, let's just go back here a second, if we could. So we're going to account settings. The name field is grayed out, right? So they can't change that at all. But any other contact information that they might be editing, that's going to go right into your agency management system as a transaction. They can, on this page, edit their phone number, their preferred way of contact, what have you, and so edits to these fields down here that are available will come to you as a transaction. Second part, who gets the email if the policyholders request a change to be made by us? Okay, so what you're getting, just to be clear, is actually a task in the inbox, and that is going to the producer of record on the policy. I'll show you what that means in case it's not clear. On the policy, whoever submitted the new business, for the most part, becomes the agent of record. So as we look here, we see that the agent on this policy is 1234500, and so that's who gets this task or this notification in their inbox. Now, if that individual has subscription set on or set up, then it will be going, that change will be forwarded to that individual's email. So you could have multiple subscriptions set up for an agency. So if that principal who would get the notification isn't servicing the policies, then the email for whoever is should be subscribed to, so that things are getting forwarded to forwarded to the appropriate place. Three-part question. Do you have a flyer that we could send with new business so that we can inform? It already goes out. It's there. I'll show you. And I think that we could get you just this insert directly if you want to do your own thing with it. But I'll show you what it is we send. It also goes out in the renewal package, but it is on new business. I'm crossing my fingers because this is a test, so I'm hoping it has the most recent change. There goes. My service portal. So it breaks down what they need to set up their account, as well as the things that they can do themselves. And this goes out in every single new business package and renewal package. You also could go into the PDF and print it if you wanted it, but we can get that over to you even in a PDF if you'd like, Rachel. So just let us know. Jennifer, when a claim is filed online, are we notified via text? Yes, whenever a loss notice is put in, whether it's somebody here at the company because the insured called in or the insured is doing it through the portal, you guys get a notification of that loss notice. Let's see. David, can you please show the agents how to get to the inbox again? Yep, absolutely. All right. So in this case, if I'm in a policy, right, the inbox is home. And there's a ton of stuff in here because it's never been cleared out since we started testing, so I apologize for that. We don't really test you guys nearly this much. You see these things go back over months and months, and it's because we use these environments to test our system as we make changes or enhancements. So don't let that freak you out. But it's your home screen. When you're on your home screen, you actually get 3 tabs across the front. So even when you log into the system first thing in the morning, you're probably landing here on your news and announcements, where Amy puts helpful the day or tidbits about what's going on here at the contribution ship. Your inbox is just the next tab over. Here's my subscriptions, where you can put in an email to have anything we might be sending here forwarded directly to your Outlook or whatever, in the event that you don't really log into our system daily. All right, let's see. All right, Rachel, we'll get that over to you. Jennifer, yes, you got that right. It's going to the producer on the policy. So if somebody else needs to be notified, you could add their email via subscriptions. Or the producer on the policy can make you a trusted viewer, which would give you access to their inbox. Here indicate, okay? Hope that helps, Jen. Let me know if you have any more questions. Dave, you're welcome. All right, anybody else? Is there anything additional we can go over? Nothing's off the table at this point. If there's any questions in general about the system, we can probably touch on it now. We have like another 2 minutes. All right, I want to thank you guys for joining us today. And, happy quoting. Have the insureds create user IDs and log on. It probably definitely save you guys some time and us here on our end. All right, doesn't look like there's any more questions coming through, so I'm going to let you guys go. If you didn't get a chance to get your question in, definitely feel free to just give the company a call, and we'll get you to someone who can help you. All right, thanks a lot, guys. Have a great day.